Imagine you park your car, lock it, and walk away. You come back, and it's gone. Vanished. For hundreds of thousands of Californians every year, this isn't a nightmare, it's a harsh reality. California has become the epicenter of a car theft epidemic, a sprawling criminal enterprise that's more complex and sophisticated than you could ever imagine. We're not just talking about a few joyriders anymore. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But how did it get so bad? Who are the masterminds behind these operations? And where do all the stolen cars go? Today, we're going deep inside this shadowy world. We'll uncover the hidden networks, the high-tech methods, and the surprising destinations for these stolen vehicles. What we found will shock you. So, how does a car just disappear in broad daylight from a busy street? They use devices you can buy online for a few $100s, like signal relay amplifiers, to capture the key fob signal from inside your house. They walk up to your front door, capture the signal, relay it to an accomplice standing by your car, and poof. The car unlocks, the engine starts, and they drive away without making a sound. It takes less than 30 seconds. Another favorite is the CAN bus injection attack. It's a digital ghost in the machine, and it's devastatingly effective. But it's not just about fancy gadgets. The entire operation is a well-oiled machine, a criminal assembly line. At the bottom are the runners, the ones who physically steal the cars. They're often young, sometimes even teenagers, lured by the promise of quick cash. They might get a few $100s per car, but they're taking all the risk. They receive a shopping list, a list of specific makes and models that are in high demand. We're talking about popular models like the Honda Accord, Chevy Silverado, and Ford F-150. These aren't just random targets. They're chosen for a reason. Their parts are interchangeable and highly valuable on the black market. Once a car is stolen, the clock starts ticking. It's immediately driven to a cool-down spot, a quiet residential street, an apartment complex parking garage, anywhere it can sit for a day or two to see if it has a hidden GPS tracker. If it's clean, it moves to the next stage. This is where the operation branches out. Some cars are taken to clandestine chop shops. These can be in industrial warehouses, suburban garages, or even out in the open desert. Here, a team of mechanics works with terrifying speed and efficiency. A complete car can be stripped down to its bare frame in a matter of hours. The valuable parts, engines, transmissions, airbags, catalytic converters, even infotainment systems, are harvested. These parts are then sold online, to shady repair shops, or to exporters. A single car, broken down into its components, can be worth 2 to 3 times its value on the black market. It's a gruesome disassembly line, turning a family's trusted vehicle into a pile of untraceable, profitable parts. Every single piece, from the catalytic converter to the airbags, has a price tag. But what about the cars that aren't chopped up? This is where the story gets even more incredible. Many stolen vehicles are destined for a long journey. They get a new identity through a process called VIN cloning. Criminals find a legally owned car of the same make, model, and year, often one that's been totaled in another state. They copy its vehicle identification number, or VIN, and create fake documents and a new VIN plate for the stolen car. Suddenly, the stolen car appears legitimate. It has a clean title and can be sold to an unsuspecting buyer right here in the US. The new owner might not find out for months or even years until they try to sell it or get it serviced. Imagine discovering the car you bought with your life savings is actually stolen property. Then there's the international route. This is the premier league of car theft. Sophisticated criminal syndicates orchestrate the export of high-end stolen vehicles. Luxury SUVs and sports cars stolen from the streets of Los Angeles or the Bay Area are loaded into shipping containers, often hidden among legitimate goods like furniture or scrap metal. The paperwork is forged, customs are bribed or deceived, and these containers are shipped overseas. Where do they end up? The primary markets are West Africa, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe. In these places, a stolen Range Rover or Lexus can sell for more than its original sticker price. It's a status symbol, and the buyers rarely ask questions about its origins. We're talking about a global pipeline that turns California's problem into an international crime wave, all controlled by powerful, untouchable figures. So why California? It's a perfect storm of factors. First, the sheer number of cars. California has more registered vehicles than any other state. Second, its proximity to major ports like Long Beach and Oakland makes exporting stolen cars relatively easy. Third, and this is a contentious point, some law enforcement officials and critics point to changes in state law. Proposition 47, passed in 2014, reclassified certain theft offenses as misdemeanors if the value of the stolen property is less than $950. While this doesn't apply to auto theft itself, which is a felony, critics argue it has created a broader perception of reduced consequences for property crime, emboldening criminals. The reality is complex, a mix of opportunity, logistics, and legal frameworks that have turned the Golden State into a gold mine for car thieves. Law enforcement is fighting an uphill battle. They're using bait cars, GPS trackers, and sophisticated data analysis to identify theft hotspots and patterns. They form multi-agency task forces to go after the larger criminal rings, but they are often outmatched and under-resourced. For every chop shop they bust, 2 more pop up. For every container they inspect, 100 get through. The thieves are agile, constantly changing their methods and locations. It's a frustrating and relentless game of cat and mouse. And for the victims, the consequences are devastating. It's not just the financial loss. It's the loss of security, the disruption to daily life, the feeling of being violated. For many, a car is their lifeline. It gets them to work, their kids to school. When it's stolen, their whole world can fall apart. So what can you do? While no method is foolproof against a determined professional, you can make your car a harder target. Old-school devices like a steering wheel lock are a great visual deterrent. A hidden kill switch that disrupts the flow of electricity can stop thieves in their tracks. Never leave your key fob near your front door. Store it in a signal-blocking pouch, often called a Faraday bag. And of course, always be aware of your surroundings when parking. The fight against car theft is not just a police problem, it's a community issue. By understanding how these criminals operate, we can all take steps to protect ourselves and make it just a little bit harder for them to succeed. The car theft epidemic in California is a complex web of technology, economics, and global crime, but knowledge is the first line of defense. This isn't just a story about stolen cars. It's a story about the intricate criminal networks that operate in the shadows. A story about technology being used for dark purposes, and a story about the real people whose lives are turned upside down every single day. The battle for the streets of California is ongoing, and the next time you lock your car, you might just think twice about the unseen forces trying to take it from you. Thanks for watching. If you found this investigation insightful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. Stay safe out there.